One fact about every state of the United States of America. Let's start with Alabama. Alabama was the first state to recognize Christmas as an official holiday. Alaska is the largest state of the United States, covering a land area of over 1.7 million square kilometers. Alaska is nearly 2.5 times as large as Texas, the second largest state of the United States. Arizona is home to the Grand Canyon National Park. It is also known as the Grand Canyon State. Arkansas is the only US state that actively mines diamonds. California is the most populous US state with a 38 million population. California has a higher population than Canada. Colfax Avenue in Colorado's capital, Denver, is the longest continuous street in America. Connecticut is called the Constitution State. The name comes from the first ever written constitution that comes from Connecticut. The first state to ratify the US Constitution was Delaware on December 7, 1787. Florida is a peninsula. That means it's almost completely surrounded by water. Georgia was named after King George II of Great Britain after the state was colonized in 1732. Hawaii is the most recent state to join the Union on August 21, 1959. The longest main street in America is US Route 20 in Island Park, Idaho, which is 33 miles long. Illinois was the first state to ratify the 13th Amendment to the Constitution abolishing slavery. The Indianapolis 500 car race is one of the biggest sporting events in the world happening in Indiana. Iowa is the only US state name that begins with 2 vowels. Kansas has so many tornadoes, it has the nickname Tornado Alley. Former President Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky. Louisiana was named after King Louis XIV when the land was claimed by France in 1682. There are over 4,000 islands off the coast of Maine. The National Aquarium is located in Baltimore in Maryland. Harvard University, one of the top universities in the world, is in Massachusetts. Michigan borders 4 of the 5 Great Lakes. Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes. The first bottling of Coca-Cola began in 1894 in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Missouri is named after the Missouri River, the longest river in the USA. Montana has a large population of grizzly bears. This is probably why the grizzly bear is the state animal of Montana. The world's largest stamp ball can be seen at the Leon Myers Stamp Center at Boys Town in Nebraska. Gold production from Nevada was higher than any other US state. It is now a major gold producing region in the world. New Hampshire was the first state to have its own constitution. New Jersey is the most densely populated state in the United States. Santa Fe, the capital of New Mexico, holds the distinction of being the oldest state capital in the US. New York City is the most populous city in the United States, and the New York metropolitan area is one of the most populous in the world. The University of North Carolina is the first American public university. Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota is the only national park named after a US president. The name of the state of Ohio originated from the name of the river Ohio. Shopping carts were first invented and used in Oklahoma before they were used anywhere else in the world. Oregon is the top-most Christmas tree producing state in the US. Pennsylvania's largest city, Philadelphia, is home to Independence Hall, where the US Declaration of Independence and the US Constitution were drafted. Rhode Island is the smallest state with a total land area of 3,144 square kilometers. The state of South Carolina was named after the King Charles I and the King Charles II of England. South Dakota is home to Mount Rushmore, where the sculptures of former US presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt are made. Tennessee is also known as the Volunteer State because of its contribution of volunteers during the War of 1812. Texas is about twice the size of Germany, and it is larger than any country in Western Europe. Salt Lake City is the capital of Utah, and it is the only state whose capital's name is made of 3 words. Vermont is the largest maple syrup producer in the United States. Virginia is home to the Pentagon. The Pentagon serves as the headquarters of the US Department of Defense, including all 3 military services: Army, Navy, and Air Force. More than 50% land of the Washington state is covered in forests, and the state is also called as the Evergreen State. West Virginia became the first state to have a sales tax in 1921. A common nickname for Wisconsin is the Badger State. Wyoming is the least populated US state with 578,000 population.